Hello, y'all. I'm Diana Brienne, and I will give a few moments to see if anybody comes on. Hey, Real Rosie, wonderful to see you, my friend. Great, great, great to see you. And I hope you are having a really, really great week, great day. What have you been up to, my friend? I have not seen you in what like seems to be forever. And I know we all have busy lives here on YouTube, and but I just haven't seen you. And I'm so glad that you're back, and I'm glad that we didn't get unsubscribed to each other because that's happening all the time. And so I hope you're doing really, really well. I just decided to pop on. I'm getting ready to do my college work. I have a lot of it because I'm getting ready for midterms. And with the midterms coming up, actually, I have a huge midterm exam on Thursday. And so today I'm going to spend the whole day just focusing over tests that I've done so that I can kind of know what I'm doing. So, yeah, it's like me too, like me too. And YouTube for me is a complement to my real life. It's not it's not my, like a lot of people, their whole life is YouTube, but I have a in-person life, and YouTube is my complement to that in-person life. And I think that's really the best way, to be balanced. And so I did my 5 miles this morning. I did a part run, part walk, and not necessarily equal amounts, but I did both. And I do my 5 miles every day. And then I come back and I do my schoolwork. But today I did my videos. And then we have the man that comes around the house and sprays. We periodically, I think it's like once a month we do that. And so I had to be here for him. And then so now I'm going to start my schoolwork. But I wanted to just come on here and pop on and just, I'm trying to come on consistently every day, not necessarily at the same time. And sometimes, I'd love to start coming on at night, but usually by night, I'm either spending it with my family or I'm tired by then because I get up early. So we'll see. I may start coming on at night as well. So we'll see. But anyhow, I just finished up, all my other routines and getting ready for my college work. So, yeah. So, Rosie, how are things going for you? Hey, Gilbert, welcome, welcome. Thank you, my friend, for coming to visit. I appreciate it. Gilbert, I don't normally give any kind of notice that I'm going to be on. So a lot of people don't even know that I'm going to be on and aren't looking for me because I'm not consistently at one time slot or the other. And when you do live streams, and I'm a content provider, mostly content, but I do live streams. It's just that I don't know, until I go on whether I'm going to be on or not going to be on. So that's why I don't give notice. And I would have a lot more people that would show up if I gave like a 24-hour notice or an hour notice or whatever. But I don't do that. I just show up like the crazy ant. Well, I did have some good news today, and I'm going to share that with you. I put it up in another video called The Biopsy. And about 4 or 5 months ago, I noticed like it was like a little sore on my leg, on the bottom part of my leg. It was just tiny, and it would heal and then it would open up and it would heal and open up. And so I finally went to the doctors, and I knew that, everything else in my body was good as far as I knew. But so I went to a skin specialist, and they did a biopsy a week ago. And, I was kind of surprised that they were going to do a biopsy because I was like, oh my gosh, a biopsy, So they did the biopsy, and you have to wait that whole week before you get the results, which is, kind of, challenging because everything kind of goes around in your mind, the what ifs. And so this morning I called yesterday and they didn't have the results in yet. So I called back today, and they said that, they called me. Actually, they called me, and, they were talking very professionally, very subdued. And I thought, oh no, oh my gosh. I said, do you have the results? And they said, yes, we do. And I paused, and they paused, and they said they came back negative. I was so absolutely thrilled. And they said it will heal on its own. It's just like a little boo-boo, and I was so grateful, so grateful, so grateful. Hey, Paul, great. Oh, do I look fat today? Oh my goodness. I hope I don't look fat, Paul. Um, yeah, I don't have any Botox. I've never used Botox. I'm afraid of Botox because I've heard some, I've heard most people say they love it, but I don't do anything. Okay. That is kind of, I've done videos on that. And one lady came on the video. I was talking about something totally opposite. And she said, yeah, she said, oh, you've had all this fillers and plumpers and facelifts and all that. And I haven't. I haven't. I'm 64. I know it's hard for people to believe that I haven't done all this stuff. Now, when I was 39, I had a mini lift. Okay. And I told that in another video. I had a mini lift. It didn't do anything. And one of the things is I didn't need it. Number two, they don't last. Maybe they last a year, even a good one. And the one I had didn't even change. I mean, I didn't notice any difference. And no one else noticed any difference. Hey, Ken, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And so this is the thing. I've talked about Botox. I've talked about the fillers and all that. I had fillers in my lips when I was like 45, and it only lasts like 2 weeks. And I just said, no more. I'm not going to spend all that money to do this stuff that's not going to have any kind of effect. And so no, I don't have Botox or anything. I might look fat because of the camera right now, because when you come on camera, oh my gosh, my lighting in here is not the best. The lighting out on grandma's porch, if I go out there, it's too bright during the day, and at night it's kind of like you look kind of bluish and gray and all that. But yeah, when you come on these live streams, you never know how it's going to come across. Hey, Drops family, welcome, welcome, my friend, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. But no, Paul, I have not had Botox. And, like I said, a lot of people swear by it, but I'm a little bit hesitant because, I don't want anything to go in my body that I don't have to put in. And that's why I normally don't like to go to doctors, because I just don't want to take medicines or anything like that. And welcome, welcome, Adele. Great to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you, thank you. Adelaide's advice. Welcome, welcome. And so, yeah, I mean, I'm all for cosmetic surgery. I'm all for facelifts. I'm all for lip plumpers. I'm all for all of that if it works for that person. It's just that I don't want to undergo that. I'm happy at 64. And if there's a day that I, become old and wrinkly and all that, that's fine as long as I'm healthy. My only goal in life is to be healthy and to stay healthy so that I can feel good, because I want to feel good. I always want to feel good. And, I want to feel good. And so for me, I don't know how to explain this, but I've lived my life. When I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, before I met my husband, I've been married 30 years. And before I met my husband, I dated a tremendous amount. I had many boyfriends. I've been there, done that. So, I want to look good at every age and every stage of my life, but my health is what's important. Even if I get old and I look old and I'm an old lady who peeps out the window, like I talk about, that's okay with me as long as I'm healthy. That's what matters to me, is being healthy. And that's why I do everything on taking care of myself. Absolutely, Drops. That's what I do. I'm totally into the holistic approach. I take no medicines at all. Welcome, welcome, my friends. Welcome, welcome. Let me give you a blue wrench. And that's Panka. Thank you for being here. And so, it's what works for that person. I don't give recommendations, advice, suggestions, or anything. I just tell you how I live my life. And I'm pretty much an open book on most things. I think there's some things that it's nobody's business and we need to keep personal, Welcome, Tina. Welcome, welcome. I think we need to keep, you get to choose what you share and what you don't share. And it's not everybody's business. Welcome, Elvira. Welcome, welcome. Welcome, my friend. It's great to see you here in a live stream. It really is wonderful. Thank you. And but I think everybody has to do what's right for them. So my focus, my only goal, I just did a video called I Love My Boring Life. I love my life. And my life is not boring to me. It might be boring to some, but I love my life. I go to college full time at age 64. I run or walk 5 miles a day, either one. And I have a family and I stay home a lot because of all that's going on. I don't want to be out in crowded places. I'm an artist. I'm a YouTuber. I've got so much going on. I love my life. I love my boring life, and for me, it's not boring. It's wonderful. I'm not caught up into big goals, big dreams, big visions, traveling all over the world. I've done that. I've done those things. I've marked off everything on my bucket list. I have nothing on my bucket list. My only thing on my bucket list is to stay healthy and fit for the rest of my life so that I can live out my life happy. Welcome, welcome, Suzette. Welcome, welcome. Suzette, what part of North Carolina are you from? What part? I know it well. I know it well. I love Asheville. Asheville's so beautiful. It's just so beautiful. Asheville, and then the coast and the sand hills, all of that is beautiful. It's all beautiful. And my husband and I were actually married in North Carolina about 30 years ago. And but yeah, you've got to do what's right for you. And I did another one called Don't Let Someone Squeeze You into Making a Decision That's Wrong for You. Just because it's right for them doesn't necessarily mean it's right for you, And so you've got to find out what's right for you. Welcome, Pahan. Welcome, welcome, my friend. Thank you for being here. And, if you put enough pressure on pipes, they'll burst. And so a lot of times people will pressure other people to make decisions and they'll go ahead and make a wrong decision for their life. And I don't do that. I don't do that. I don't let people pressure me. I make decisions that are right for my life. Michigan, Jen, welcome, welcome, welcome here. Thank you for coming. Thank you. See, I just popped on. I didn't know I was coming on because I'm, got all this. Oh my gosh, I've got this midterm on Thursday that I'm taking, and it is going to be. Oh yeah, I know that area, my friend. I know that area. Yep, wonderful area. Isabella, welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. Thank you. And so I have all this. What I'm doing is I'm reviewing. I'm reviewing for the midterm I'm taking on Thursday, which is basically, I get to do it all at home now because my professors have consented to letting me use webcam. This is the issue. When I go to take that test, I'm proctored. So I have to set the webcam up and there's actually somebody on the other end watching me. Isn't that weird to have someone watching you? And if you like go out of the distance, they blank the screen. So, because you have to do what they call a lockdown browser. And when you take the test, so you can't go to other sites to get answers or anything like that. And they have someone actually watching you. So that's on Thursday. It's a big test. So I want to do well. So I have all this material that I'm reviewing because it's some formulas and things like that I got to know. My classes are legal classes, and yet I'm taking this math class. It's really quite complicated for me. And, it's got formulas and things like that I got to figure out. So I'm doing all that. And I'm just enjoying life. At 64 years old, I want to stay healthy. I want to enjoy my day-to-day life. I don't have any super big goals. We go to our little beach house, which we've had that since our kids were, very, very small. And we go back and forth there, which I've done a lot of videos from there. I haven't been down in the last couple of weeks, so you haven't seen any videos there from the last couple of weeks. But, I go there. And I love to go to the beach, my beach house, and I love here. I'm very, very happy here. Very happy in Grandma's house, as I call it, Grandma's house. Hey, James Gype, my friend. Hey, my friend. Great to see you. Great to see you. And so, yeah. But, yeah, I got the biopsy back today. And, I was scared. I was scared because I didn't know what the results were going to be. And They said they were negative and I was going to be just fine. And I was so happy. Because, when you have a biopsy, there's that waiting period. And it is scary. It's scary, and it is so scary. And so I have great compassion for anybody that's waiting on biopsy results. And my heart just kind of stopped, skipped a beat before they told me, it was like, okay, do you have, when they called this morning, and it was a quiet conversation, which I thought, oh my gosh, they're gonna tell me something really awful. And they didn't. They said it's all negative and you're going to be just fine, you don't need to do anything. And I was so thrilled. I was thrilled. I got down on my hands and knees and I said, thank you, God. Thank you, God. Because when you get to my age, I've had a lot of friends who've gone to the other side already, and I'm not ready. I'm ready if I have to go, but I'm not ready, in the sense that I don't want to go. I have a lot more to do here for a lot more years. So that was my good news. That was my good news today. And so let's see what else. That's pretty much it. Just getting ready for that big test, that big midterm test. And I come on YouTube. I make my content. I'm not growing. I am growing, but I can't. They take back all my numbers by the next day, and I'm just kind of stagnant right now. And I go through that periodically. It happens, and I think everyone is different. Drop says, I've had cancer for the last 30 years, mostly skin cancer. Laugh when I go in for a checkup. Drops, my husband has had it too. And he's had it removed. He does fine. He does fine. But, I'm so healthy and I've been so healthy. And, at 64, I've been very, very blessed. And I don't take that health for granted. I don't take it ever for granted. I'm on top of everything to the best of my ability. I really, really am. So in regards to YouTube, I think it has, I'll tell you the mistake I made. And this has happened to me before, and I go through a couple months where I can't grow. I'm just stuck. And so I'm stuck. So everybody's whizzing by me. And I do grow every day, but it doesn't show. The numbers won't reflect. It's just stuck on the same number. And so, I think what happens is we have to be very mindful what we discuss. And I like to talk current events, but I don't talk them outwardly. And like some people get their channels taken down if they have a certain viewpoint. Other people get suspended, whatever. For me, I'm very careful. If I talk about a subject, I talk about it in grandma style. I give a story or something like that. Like I talked about the Great Depression of 1929, or I talked about the what was the Spanish flu of 1918, and people can kind of read into what I'm talking about, but but I think that perhaps YouTube did not like those subjects, because even though that was talking about the Great Depression, and how grandma went through the Great Depression and her philosophy about it and how it could apply to us today. And so I've learned my lesson, because that's kind of when my numbers get stuck. And I've had that happen before. So I've learned my lesson, not to talk about subjects, definitely not politics. I definitely don't, because I've seen too many channels go down talking politics. So I don't do politics, but not even really current events. Like I talked about the storm coming. I don't even do that now, because I just, when I got this glitch again, and I cannot grow, I just have to wait for it to pass and just do a lot of grandma videos, about cooking or bacon or whatever, and all drops. See, you're inspiring people, and we all inspire each other. We are here to inspire each other. We all have something to share. We all have something to teach. We all have something to give out. We all have something to inspire others. And you're inspiring people with your channel on gardening. And that's amazing and wonderful. When I came up public, I've had the channel 11 years, but I came up public a year and a half ago. I came up to just share my wisdom, because that's what I've always been doing with my kids. Hey, Roha, beautiful Roha. Oh, everybody, if you don't know Roha, you want to definitely be on Roa's channel. She has a great channel. She'll help you to grow. She dances. I love her dancing. She gets out there and dances. Maybe I need to do that, Roha. Grandma dances. Grandma dances. You know, over on another social media site, that's all I did for a long time. But then what happened was I couldn't use the music. They copyrighted me and said it was, you know, and over here too. So I can't do that because I like to dance to the rock and roll from the 70s and the 80s, and I couldn't do that. So, but yeah, I love the dancing. And it makes it fun. You know, it makes it fun, Roha. It makes it fun. Um, yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I think Rumble is a great way to go. But you know what? I'm really not a political minded channel. I'm a grandma channel. So it's kind of like not a big deal for me not to be able to not be able to talk those subjects. But you know, I talked about, you know, how to prep your food cellar, you know, in the event that there was a shortage, you know, and stuff like that. You've got to be very mindful, because I didn't do anything wrong, but they noticed it. And that's when my glitch came. And I had that happen 8 months ago or whatever. Hey, now and then. Oh, great to see you, my friend. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And so you have to be mindful of what you talk about here. It's their venue. It's not mine. This is their channel. I mean, this is their platform, and I'm a guest here. And it's like going to someone's house. You may not agree with their rules in their house, but as long as you're going to be there, you need to abide by their rules. And that's how I do it with YouTube. I go according to what their rules are. And if they don't want me to talk current events, I won't do it. And I just hope they would give me back all those lost subscribers. I'm praying, dear Lord, please give me back all my lost subscribers. You know, and I'll be zooming up around 50,000 or more, actually, probably more. And, you know, I wish that was so. But, you know, I've dealt with YouTube in the past about it, and they would tell me, you know, it's spam. And you know, my friends like James Skype, I go to his channel. He's not spam. Brenda Land is not spam. Carla and Friends is not spam. All my friends are not spam, you know, but they take them away from me and me away from them, even though we go to each other's channels. So it is what it is. Hey, Pablo, great to see you. And Lisa Bella, welcome, welcome. Let me give you, oh, okay, Pablo, I think I gave you a blue wrench. Did I? Yep. Lisa Bella, let me give you a blue wrench. If I can catch you there. There you go. There you go. So, yeah. But, so I did do that video. I think it was John was saying earlier about the Botox, and I haven't had any of that. And this one woman comes on here, and you know, most people, 99 and 9/10% people are wonderful, but this one woman came on here and pretty much verbally attacked me, saying that I had had all these facelifts and Botox and everything like that. And I said, you know, it's fine if I did, but I didn't. You know, I didn't. I take care of myself. You know, I take care of my body. I mean, it comes down to taking care of your body. You know, that's what it really comes down to. Oh, you know what? I love good cooking drops. I'm a really good cook, but right now, I have 3 young adult kids. They all eat out. We used to always sit down at the dinner table, and we still do, but not like before. So I don't cook every day like I did in the past. I used to cook every single day, and I cook wonderful foods. But now my husband and I are going out quite a bit. Now we quit going out because I didn't want to go out because of all that's going on. I didn't want to be in close places, but now I'm kind of selectively, carefully going out. Arizona, welcome, welcome. Kato Tot, welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Let me give you blue wrenches. And you know, so I think tonight we're going to go out. We went out. We went out the other night. Had a wonderful dinner. Oh my gosh, we had the best service in the world. We had the best waiter ever. And he was so attentive and so wonderful. And I partly quit going out because the service had gotten so lousy, and wherever we went. And even the food was mediocre. But the other night we had a great dinner, great food, and great service. And I didn't have to wait in line. And I don't wait in line because in this environment, I don't wait in any kind of crowded space. So we were very fortunate. But I don't now, I know not to go out to dinner on a Friday or Saturday. So we go out other days of the week, other days of the week. So I want to do my schoolwork today. And then I want to go out to dinner tonight if possible. And I might come on live. I'm trying to muster up enough energy to come on at 10 o'clock at night because I used to come on all the time. Thank you. Thank you. Now and then, I did. I took it as a compliment. And she's not the first one that's done that, that said that. And I think that when someone looks good for their age, they automatically think they've had all this work done. But I can tell you, I'm out there 5 miles every single day, except unless it's a huge storm, I'm out there doing a walk or a run. Normally, I would do a run. And here lately, I've been mixing it, respecting my 64-year-old body. So I do a walk run. I juice celery juice. I juice lemon rind juice. I have all kinds of. I don't take supplements per se. I mean, I might take a couple like oregano or turmeric or garlic, but I don't really take them steady, and I don't really take them. But I just make sure that I eat healthy, and I drink healthy water, and I don't do sodas. I don't do anything that's bad for my body. Welcome, Jaira. Welcome and welcome, Emerald. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for being here. Thank you. And so, I take care of myself. And I don't know why some people are just nasty. They're looking for a reason to be nasty. And so they find something that they think that they can be nasty about, and so, most people, 99 and 9/10%, as I said, are wonderful people. But you have to remember you're on social media and there are people that hide behind their computer to be nasty. We call them trolls because they're people that are unhappy. Happy people don't say nasty stuff to nice people. They don't. They just don't do it. Unhappy people do that. And I'm not saying all unhappy people do it. I'm saying it's an unhappy person that does it. Okay. It's not a happy person. Yes, drops. Yes. And I do turmeric. I like turmeric. Now, I will tell you, I talked a lot about this in previous live streams about aches and pains. That's one of the things I discovered over the age of 60, that it's easy to get aches and pains. So I do everything to prevent those. I do take meticulous care of my body because, I see friends using walkers. People are really broke down, and it can happen to any of us, no matter how great we take care of ourselves. But if we don't take care of ourselves, we're really pushing the envelope, and we don't want to do that. So we want to take great care of ourselves. We really do. Oh, I love rain. I love rain, my friend Jero. I love it. Rain, rain, rain. And we're having beautiful weather. We're having beautiful autumn weather. And so you see, I have grandma's porch doors all open. I leave them open all day long. And my security system actually works, even though the doors are open the way we have it. And so I leave those open because it's all screened in out there. And I love it. I spend so much time on grandma's porch. This is all a kitchen area. All of this is kitchen. This used to be my homeschool area where I homeschooled my kids. I have 3 computers set up here. So this is a whole section that was designed for homeschool. Back when I homeschooled, I was a homeschool mom. And we traveled. We had a motor home, and we traveled 48 states in the motor home. And how blessed my kids were to grow up and be homeschooled. Some of them went back. 2 of them went back to public school. One of them didn't. And, now they're in college. So they did really well. And I would not want to send my kids to school, a regular school right now. Not at all. Not at all. I would be homeschooling big time. Big time, big time, big time. And, when I first did, thank you, Emerald, thank you. When I first started homeschooling, I didn't know what I was doing. This is when they were like 5, 6, and 7. And we were living in Texas, and I had a friend who had homeschooled. And I said, "What's homeschool? I've never heard of it." And she told me what it was. And that was back before we had the virtual online public school program option to do. And so I went out and bought all these books from a homeschool store. And I pulled my kids out of school, public school. Went up there. I thought it was going to be real complicated, and it wasn't. The principal said, "Nope, that's fine. We have people who homeschool all the time." I went home, and we had a most wonderful time. My kids accelerated their learning. They were well beyond. My daughter knew, I think at 4 years old, she knew all the presidents, and memorized all the presidents. I mean, they were smart. And so we went, so we did, I did the homeschool, and we traveled in our motorhome and got to see all the parks, and I would homeschool while we were in the motorhome. It was just a wonderful, wonderful journey. I loved it. I loved it. I think homeschool is amazing. And people say, "Oh, they need socialization." They had more than enough. My kids were in scouts. They were in church groups. They got the good stuff without getting all the garbage. And there's a lot of garbage out there. And they were able to avoid it. They were able to avoid a lot of it. And so, yeah. Yeah. So that's kind of the way it is. And so people ask me, "Why did you go back to college?" Well, I went back to college at age 62. I'm 64 now. It had been 40 years since I'd been in college. And I got lost, and I ended up at a college. And this is in the city now that my husband and I were originally married in. And I drive back there just, when I want to think about stuff, and I go past our old house, reminiscing. And I agree now and then. I agree. And drops, yes. Small town living. I love it. Yes, Susie, I love homeschooling. I loved it. But my youngest son, who I finished homeschooling all the way through, he ended up in the virtual public school program done at home, and it was amazing. I still had to be here for it and everything like that, but it was amazing. It really was. Welcome, Cleachy. Welcome, welcome. And so, yeah, greetings from London. Oh, I love London. I walked the whole city. My husband and I, this is like 30 years ago, we went to London, and I said, "Let's just walk the whole city." And we did. Now, people say, "How can you walk the whole city?" We did. And I walked the whole city in New York City too. Now, not every part of the city, but the main part I did. And I love walking. I love walking because I run. And so walking is very natural for me to do, even at 64 years old, even at 64. Yeah. So I went back to college, got lost, ended up at a college to ask for directions. I said, "Can I enroll here?" And they said, "Sure." And long story short, I got a full ride scholarship and the whole bit. And I've been in college, and I'm just having a good time. I'm just having a good time. I'm not in it for a career. People keep saying, "Are you in it for a career?" No, no, no. I'm past that stage of my life, but I'm learning. I'm an eternal learner, and I love it. It'll keep you youthful. It'll keep you young while you get old. you know, Yeah, Northern England. Oh, we traveled all over. We had a little BMW convertible. We took it over from Calais, France, over on the ferry boat to Dover, England. And we had been up all night. My husband was driving. Of course, he had never driven on the left side of the road before. The English people were amazing and wonderful, and we just loved it. We loved it. We lived in Europe for 5 years, so that was our first big outing to an English-speaking country. So it was wonderful, wonderful. We enjoyed. I loved the food. We traveled all over. It was just amazing, amazing. And I'm so glad I had those years of traveling Europe. Traveling Europe. I just loved it. It was a magical time of my life. It really was a magical time of my life. And so, yeah, live life, do the things that make you happy, do the things that make you happy. And that's what I do. I do the things that make me happy, I do. that's why I told my husband, I said, since our kids are mainly working or going to college, and they're not usually home for dinner at night, I said, why should I be cooking? Let's just go to dinner. Let's just go to dinner, you know. Yeah, absolutely. At one point though, my husband did get off onto the wrong side of the road, but they were so nice about it. They waved because we had like American plates, and so we had that little BMW convertible. We're just kind of, driving along. It was so much fun. It was. We just had a wonderful time. And I'm so glad that we got, those years in Europe and all my many, many experiences. And maybe that's why I'm so content that I don't have any big dreams or big goals, because I've done them. My only big goal, I mean, honestly, my goal as a couple, as my husband and I, and my goal personally is just great health. That's it. That's the only goal I have. Great health. Great health. Just taking care. I get up every day and think about what can I do to take care of my body? What can I do to take care of me? That's all, I really think about. And, you know, that's pretty much it. Well, I wanted to come on. I wanted to drop on. Like I said, if I'm up to it, I'm going to try to start coming on around 10 o'clock at night, if I can. Now, I never know till that moment that I click the button that I'm going to be on, so I don't give notice or anything. You just kind of have to keep an eye open for me, your eyes open for me. But I like coming on at 10 o'clock at night. It's just kind of, you get it's more relaxed and all of that, and I don't have to concern myself that I got schoolwork or whatever. So I may try to do that. And yeah, Europe is wonderful. It really is. I have two older friends right now that are in Europe, and they had faced huge health crises, huge financial crises, and they decided that they're going to make their dream come true. And they flew to Europe and they took a 3-month trip. I have no idea how they did it, but they did it, and they're doing it. And I'm just so impressed by them. So, and I have another friend, her husband had a massive stroke, a big stroke, and he's in a wheelchair, but it's just a few weeks ago that he had it, and they're over in Iceland. It's like they're not letting it stop him. They're not letting it stop him. What an inspiration. What an inspiration. And Latifa, welcome, welcome. Let me get you a blue wrench. There you go. There you go. And so Shorty's, welcome. I love your channel. If you don't have Shorty's channel, you really, really, really want to have Shorty's channel. Shorty will help you grow. I go there every night. I go there to say hi and everything. And she has an amazing channel, and she'll help you grow, and she welcomes you. She's so warm. She's so friendly. She's so nice. Shorty's Getaway. You definitely want her channel. And so I do hope you connect with her. She's been wonderful to me. She's been wonderful to me. I am doing great, Shorty. I just been talking. I just popped on for a few minutes, and I'm getting ready to go back to all my college classes, because I'm a full-time college student at age 64. And so I'm getting ready to do all my college work, and I wanted to pop on here and just say hi to everybody. And I'm going to try to come on at 10 o'clock tonight, which is, I don't know, 10 Eastern time, which could be 10 Filipino time, depends on where you're at. Thank you. Thank you. And so, if I can, now we're going to go to dinner. So, it just depends on what time we get in and all of that kind of stuff. And being that I get up so early in the morning, by 10 o'clock at night, I'm tired. I've got the cold cream on, my house slippers. I do. And see my pumpkins over there. Can you see? I'm going to have someone carve them. I've got 2 of them. Where'd the other one go? Oh, you can't see the one way over there because I have it blocked. So there's 2 pumpkins over there. And I bought them the other day from, of all places, Aldi's. And they were $2.49 for these huge pumpkins, which pumpkins in the other stores are like $10. And I got 2 of them. And yes. Hey, Sam. Hey, welcome. Let me give you a blue wrench. Shorty has it really good. Shorty, you're normally on what, about 3 hours, 3 or 4 hours a night. And see, for me, I don't stay on long enough. I get on maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes, sometimes an hour if I'm pushing it. And yes, I love Aldi's. Um, I'm not sure if it's pronounced Aldi's or Audis, but I call it both. And I love it, love it. And now there's certain things I won't buy there, but their prices are a fraction of, like, say, Harris Teeter. I go to Harris Teeter for certain foods, and it's a high-end store. And foods that I can't get at Aldi's, I go there. Or if I want something specific and I want to make sure the quality is really, really good, then I'll go to Harris Teeter. Otherwise, I go to Aldi's. I love Aldi's. Oh, that sounds good, Drops. That sounds good. Where we're at in this house, I've tried growing gardens and it doesn't do very well. So I think next time I try to grow a garden, I'm just going to grow it in, like, make, like, not into the ground, but like cans or something, or pots, maybe grow some pumpkins or something like that, and get regular soil, because our soil here is got a lot of sand to it. It really does. For some reason, it's got a lot of sand to it. And so things don't grow all that good in the garden here. I don't. I've tried because I've had my garden. I did a video called "Making a Garden with My Kids," and it just didn't. The garden didn't grow. I ended up having to mow it over with the lawnmower. I did. It's terrible, isn't it? Um, is that good soil, Drops? Is that good soil? Basalt. I don't know the different kinds of soil, other than you buy the bag soil when you go to Lowe's or Home Depot or something like that. But yeah. Well, you know what? I'm going to get off of here because I do have a lot of college work to do. And if I get a chance, if I'm up to it, I may do a 10 o'clock live. We'll see, or thereabouts. Sometimes it could be earlier, sometimes it could be a little bit later. But if I get a chance, if not, I try to come on when I can, but I do put up my content and everything. So I just want to say thank you all for stopping by to say hello to me. I appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing day, an amazing week. And until next time, okay, may God bless you. And I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.